Some D&D.
As you entered inside this town, wandering and exploring after finding out that some strange mystical lady was entering inside and gathering people all about her. It was discovered, but not by you, but another agent known as Palma entered inside this town for investigation purposes. We later found out that this town was more or less a trap. Thankfully for you, she was there to help you out and guide you away from it. However, you did discover that maybe if you decide to come back to this town, well, deal with the issue at hand first, and then we'll see how dangerous this town can be later on, was your premise. Or at least the thoughts that you decided to go with. Whether or not that'll help you out in the end, it is entirely up to you. But in the meantime, Palma did suggest perhaps take and gather a few items and materials you could find in town. You went into a strange drow house, which seemed to be more or less like a garden shed, a garden, and a strange outhouse. You determined, well, you really didn't. Palma just straight out told you that she decided to redecorate this drow storehouse just to mess with them and piss them off. Don't know why, at least not at that moment in time, and when you looked and explored, you found a few new things, and a few old things, as your gear had finally been brought back to you. Some of you found some of the gear beforehand, but the rest was located here. Why so far away from the first pot you were trapped in? Maybe you'll never know. But for now, you have your gear, and that's all that matters, and a few new things. You then later on discovered that Palma was an entity that was bound to a Yangti. Why? Well, she really didn't tell you, and you never really asked, and even if you did ask, she probably still wouldn't tell you. But you can press on the matter, it's entirely up to you. With new gear, old gear, and a destination in sight, which mainly just persists of getting back to the boat before anyone tries to kill you. That's where you stand, that's where you make your move, and that's where you're going now. Maybe. In the meantime, Aldeth is currently still tied up in the corner. And someone needs to carry her.
So we technically haven't made it back to the ship yet. We're still at this very point.
Yeah, beforehand, the last thing you were talking about was heading back.
Right. Well, that was the intention anyway, so we can meet up with Rialto's character. Jesus Christ, why it's not coming to me right now?
Toulouse.
Toulouse, thank you. Yeah, so we can meet up with Toulouse and then come up with a plan. But since that's a little out the window this week, I guess it's still kind of open for us. What do you guys still want to do now?
You can still explore the town. You really haven't. The only spot you have explored was the museum, which you guys stole some stuff from. Mintius also has the two rats. He's kind of one rat. The other one ran away. That he's currently taking care of because he smelled like a were-rat. And he kind of wants to know where that's coming from.
Yeah, you can explore on the way back. What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
Do it.
See,
Oh, are we going to be carrying her the whole way? Because we could have just thrown her in that wheelbarrow as we left.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you throw Aldeth into the wheelbarrow, never to be seen again.
and someone pushes the wheelbarrow.
Yeah. That way we can just leave her real quick whenever we have to go do something.
Or you can untie her. She can walk.
People can do
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
I'll leave that to Gothos and Mythius.
I was gonna say, I think that the only issue we have is the mouth, not so much the hands and the feet. So, yeah.
She's not the nicest person. It's entirely up to you. But you have the town to explore.
What part of the city is this technically from in reference? Because I know this looks like a new map, really. So,
This is a little ways off. You would have to cross this section beforehand. I'll just give you back where you were prior.
yeah, just to give a reference, I guess. Okay.
All right, this is where you were in the last map,
Mm-hmm.
and that new section is going south or north, west. It all connects to the same
I
area.
see. Okay. Sure. I'll follow you guys in. You guys should probably be ahead. Please. Boys first.
Yeah.
Let
Hey,
me
psh,
actually get scrolled in so I can see. I'll go first. I have no problem with that.
Perfect.
Oh, let's tie this stupid dwarf. It's gonna be more trouble than she's worth tied up.
All right.
Oh, look,
is-
Goblin safe.
Is Poma actually with us though? On the way back?
She's gonna help you out at least until you get back to the boat, but she's not gonna go with you guys.
No,
unless you
I know,
convince
but I.
her.
No. Well, I mean that too, but I just didn't know that she was gonna be with us. That's perfectly awesome. I'm glad that we have her. So that's all I'll say.
Okay. Gothos does manage to free the person that might ironically get you guys killed. She
Okay.
doesn't say thank you, by the way. She just simply leaves, as if
Nah,
that's
she
something you're
wouldn't.
supposed to do.
Yeah, hard as stone.
So, what's it looking like down this way?
Exploring the area, you can determine that the area in that sentence, which are two, seems to be a general town. However, it is basically closed and run out of town. There are two sentences in... No, there are two towns in that sentence. Anyways, exploring the area, you can determine that there is really no one here. Remembering back from the last session, you remember that pretty much everyone is either inside their own home, not moving, or they're not in that house or in any other house, and they are doing something else thanks to a strange spore poisoning, infection. It's kind of hard to determine, but basically something took over their bodies. If you didn't survive, well, then you're doing something else.
And that's actually a good point because I remember that I had done detect magic and you said that everything looked like it was magical, so it was some sort of like a trap that Poma mentioned while we were in that house, right? Like everything, there's the sport activity or the shadows that we're seeing, there's all part of that same aspect that's in this place, but
It was part of the same
Not-
network, yeah. The area of effect is weak enough that you're able to move through it, but it's still strong enough that you're still able to detect it.
okay.
But Palma does state, let's see here, where armor nose, yeah. Based on what I found, just about everyone either collapsed or is now working for the strange fungal woman. She's having them collect a few things, but honestly, you haven't got close enough to figure that out yet. I know each time they bring in new things. That being said, though, her effect is still in the area, but thankfully enough, unless you get too close, is when you should worry. Right now, as long as you probably don't sleep in the area, you should be fine.
Also, what time of day is it from the day that we got to this island?
You don't know. Remember, you're underdark. You're in the Underdark. There is no sun.
What is meaning?
Well,
We're just
ahead.
trying to figure out how long we have left till the boat leaves.
Exactly.
24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's been like 4.
Okay.
You got in, you explored, you found Palma. Mintius basically tried to shake her awake. She blew you guys up. You went to go find gear. It's pretty much been 4 hours.
I think you guys want to be searching stuff, right? Kobo, I see you going to a building. Do you want to? I guess. Are you checking out stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys want to come check this out? I know we got a whole bunch of buildings, but the first one that's open.
Just
Yeah.
about all of them are open except for some of them. If you ever decide to investigate certain ones, well, then just let me know. Investigating the first site, you do determine that there are a few things in here. There seems to be a carrying case system. Mentius does find a bunch of wooden wagon wheels. To Kobo's is right, he can determine there are a whole bunch of pouches, strange in coloration and ties. To his north, and to Rosalind's north, well, not anymore, there are some boxes, wooden and planked. Some barrels still ready and sturdy, some of them full, others are not. 3 full, 2 are empty. To Rosalind's north, she can determine that there is some blacksmith's tools here. Probably not for general use, just more than likely if they need to use them or to repair something. However, in the room that she moves into next, there are roughly 3 bodies not depicted. Currently, if they were still alive, eating at the feet of their table. 2 of the bodies are slumped over, and the other one is kind of rigid and still, but the most lifelike. They don't look great, and, well, you can tell that these 2 were formerly Croatoan, fish people, and one of them was Drow. The Drow one was the one that seems the most upright. However, their forget the name of it, vascular system seems to be popping out from underneath their skin. It is gross to look at. Definitely dead. You can try to do medicine to see how they died, but this one looks different than the others.
Ha ha.
Hey, Mintius, I think we got a similar situation over here than that other house that we were at. I don't know if you want to get close to it, though.
Okay, I'll get close. I don't care.
You get close to the 3 dead bodies. The 2 fish people and the Drow.
Is the one that looks weird, the one that looks more lifelike the Drow?
Yes. To be accurate, they're all dead. It's just the Drow looks
Right.
different and more like upright and sturdy.
And you said I'd have to perform a medicine?
Yeah.
That's about right.
Their bodies and their structures that are in their current state don't seem to correlate with one another. So the Drow likely died from something else. You just can't determine what it is. You don't know if it was before or after the whole spore system went into the air.
Alright, I'm gonna poke the body.
You poke the body. It is stiff and still.
Oh, that's all I can tell.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else there. Yeah, there you go. Move over there. That's 'cause I didn't want to go to their last room for some reason. Just go.
In the last room, you can determine that there is a large map system on the ground itself. No, wait, that's a table. On a table itself. For some reason, I thought it was a giant map rug. Anyways. Oh, no, wait, it is a giant map rug. Sorry, my notes. All over the place. From what you can tell, there is a structured system of cobwebs around the room, but the map itself on the ground does seem to determine that there are a few structural tunnel systems you can go through. None of them lead to the surface, but others lead to different towns and other systems. The one you're currently on is a simple, quaint mix of other villages. Whatever resides here, either they're outcasts trying to find a different life, or just trying to barter and do their own thing. More than likely a porting town. Port town. Porting town is different. Anyways. Exploring the area, you can tell that you might be able to use this map. You just can't carry the thing. Well, you probably could. It'd just be really Shush. It'd just be a really awkward situation all around. There are a few paper books, a few documents here and there, 3 books, 3 casts of something you don't know and haven't checked yet, and 1 large fireplace.
Are we talking large to where I can actually like walk into said fireplace?
Yes. Roswin, yes. Pretty much the entire team except for Palma and Eldith.
Who I've got my eyes on.
Or check out the books or the documents just to see if there's anything of interest.
Do you check all 3 books?
I do. I will roll. Is it investigation, right? Because I'm still like going through it.
I mean, sure. Investigating through the books, you can determine that one of them seems to be a trading system of leisures. If you had to guess, these might be tradesmen or formerly were tradesmen. Likely not going to go adventure off and trade anytime soon. You can tell that these are economy books, basically how much something is worth here, how much something is worth there. Very good find for merchant. Maybe not for you. You might be able to sell it, but not great for you. Don't know how your character would do that. The second one does seem to determine the value prices of trade goods within some strange community far to the east. You're not exactly sure of the location. You haven't really been to the underground system of network tunnels in the Underdark, so you might not be familiar with everything. But you can tell that this does seem to be a secret spot within the tunnel system. It's probably something hidden that most tradespeople, tradesmen, tradeswomen keep to themselves. It's valuable. Again, I don't know if Rosalind would care, but it might be something worth trading or selling. The last one does seem to be a strange language book. It won't give you a language, but it might help you slowly translate languages. Either through a long rest or short, depending on how long the note or ledger is.
So a potentially magical item that helps me translate languages?
No. It's like a
I don't
it's
get.
like a multi-language dictionary.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what the
It's
heck are you talking
abyssal,
about?
abyssal for dummies.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll take the books, but I'll go to Kobo for the ones that talk about the Underdark and see if he's got any interest in those types of books or if it connects anything with what he knows.
Okay.
Kind of wanted to see what was in these pouches and stuff.
Examining the 5 pouches that are next to you, you can tell that. Do you just randomly open them, or do you like poke check?
I'll poke check to start with and start opening them once I know they're not going to explode in my face.
You poke all 5, nothing explodes. First, the blue one, you can determine that this is sneezing powder. It does do Constitution save of 13, or else be momentarily stunned for a round. There are 3 use item.
It's pretty good.
The next one is a green pouch with spices. They're very good spices. You might be able to sell them, but there's really nothing you can really do with them unless you're creative. There is no actual save for this. It's just spice.
Save for deliciousness.
Okay.
The next one is a red
this evening-
pouch. It does seem to have a strange odor and smell to it. It's sulfur mixed in with granule dust. You're not exactly sure what this is used for. You might be able to do an investigation check, but right now it's just weird. The next one does seem to determine one use of... Oh yeah, I forgot this was here. Anyways, one use of enhanced stealth. It gives you a +10 to your stealth. There's an exact name, but I forgot to write that exact name down. It's basically the spell that you're probably thinking of.
Okay.
All right. And I believe the fourth one. Yep. Oh, screens went dark. Okay. The fourth one does seem to be a strange icicle smell to it, which doesn't make any sense. But as you open it, you can tell that there are permafrost shards inside. They don't seem to be melting. Again, no stat for this, but it's basically permanent shards of ice. Maybe cool your drinks or do something else with it. Entirely up to you.
Refrigerator bag.
What was the DC on that sneezing powder again?
13.
DC 13.
13 con. And the last one does, as you open it, jangle with change and coin. 30 gold, 15 copper, 23 silver.
Okay.
And then Roswin shows up.
Oh no, well, I was gonna say go to Mintius. He was at the chimney or.
Oh, I'm getting there too. But Roswin then shows up. Over to Mintius. All right, Mintius, you're in. Do you go into the fireplace?
I will step into the fireplace.
As you step into the fireplace, go ahead and roll for me a wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
I walk into fire.
As you walk into the fireplace, you then immediately just go into a almost fight or flight panic mode. As a bat just swoops over into your hair, you go to punch the thing. It looks very embarrassing. It's a good thing no one was in the room. It then just flies up out of the fireplace.
Was there any sound from Mintius? Is all that happened?
No. However, Mentius, because you thought it was weird that there was no sound, you can tell that this fireplace was used recently. Not that recently that they're inside the house, but recent enough that it was a day ago, 2 days ago, that the sort of layer would be able to muffle some of the sound. And you can tell that some of the soot in the area is still kind of warm. Not to the point that you catch on fire, but to the point that, yeah, there was a fire here like a day ago, maybe 5 hours ago.
Okay.
Other than that, you could probably climb to the top of the roof here if you really wanted to.
Guess what?
Show off that athletics check.
I really want to.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Well, thankfully enough, the tunnel system is, well, is it just generally a tunnel system? Nah, it's still a chimney. As you go through the chimney is still pretty quiet. The added soot does dampen the noise, and you manage to get onto the roof without anyone knowing. You didn't have to roll stealth. You're just up there now.
Fun fact, a natural formation of a vertical opening in a cave is also called a chimney.
And there's my stealth.
You really didn't need to take it. Well, maybe you did. Because at the corner of your eye, you do see something else wandering about the streets. But you see it wandering. You've seen these things before, looking around, just keeping an eye on you, never moving, but as you try to get closer, these things move away. Not this time. I don't know for what reason, but my tokens, there we go. Okay, there we go. But as you're on the roof, you can tell that there is someone else in the streets. I'm just going to show a silhouette token. And they are moving. And as soon as... thankfully enough, you did roll stealth. So They're just going to use their passive. As they look around, they notice you, Mintius. They don't say anything, but they slowly back up into the hall. Not the hall. Back alley.
How far of a drop is it from the roof?
At this point, because you went to the roof, it'd be 20 feet.
Do you even take damage from 20 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, every 10.
You take damage at 11. You can jump down 10.
Okay, so it's every 10 above 10.
No.
You can jump down 10 feet and you're fine. Every 10 feet after that, you take an additional d6.
Okay, you're making... That sounded weird the first time. Sure.
Sorry.
And I'm pretty sure it's every 5 feet after. But okay. I could be wrong. I don't care. Mintius, what do you do?
Let's see. So these two are still out. Well, we don't count her. She doesn't count.
I'm watching her.
Actually, Pommel was
Doesn't count
watching
her.
her. Gothos, I don't know why you weren't just exploring.
Because I'm bad at it and I was watching her.
Fair.
Gonna try and wave to Palma and point in the direction of the alley.
She looks. She's going to roll perception. Not going to give you her modifier. It's roll for their stealth, not giving you their modifier. Well,
Palma sees anything. She's very perceptive.
she is, but I just barely beat her. Palma looks over and she doesn't see anything apparent. She does look over towards you. She points towards herself and she does the whole 2-finger thing, like walk over there thing.
All right. Matthias will nod and let's see. Yeah, I gotta roll for this one. Hold on. Yeah, so he's gonna jump.
Yeah, okay, Palma's gonna try to grab you out of the air. All right, your acrobatics versus her acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, my dude.
You're a dainty 300-pound, 4-foot minotaur.
Right.
Okay, you got a natural 1. She's gonna still try to grab you, but basically, if she fails, you're gonna take damage. It's just like no getting around that. Let's see, difficulty. I'm just gonna subtract the 4 from the check, so -4 from a d20, 16. She just needs to get 16. I'm gonna make it a flat roll. Not even gonna have her bonuses adjust.
There's no proficiency.
that's
Oh, no!
Oh.
No proficiency for catching minotaurs.
So,
There
Oh.
might be.
Minty not understanding what the whole point towards her walk motion indicates them checking it out. You think, me check out? So you begin to walk over, forget you're on the roof, and begin to fall. Palma runs over, tries to jumps too soon, lands on her face, you land on her, both of you are hurt, you both take 2d6. Take your damage.
Will we have heard it from how far we are?
Gothos is seeing this entire thing.
Gothos is witness to this fucking National Lampoon's level of acrobatics. Okay, yeah, Mintius just jumped off the roof onto our friend. I think I should probably go take a look.
Oh, God.
Are they okay or are they dying?
I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna-
check.
Hop back up, and then I'm taking off.
All right.
I've had worse.
As you jump off
He says, like, standing up on top of it.
and take 10 feet out, she does look towards Gothos. Mentius saw something. I think he got overzealous and began to run. Began to ran.
So he's going, okay. Well, let us catch up. We try to run and keep up to the best of our ability.
What Mentius?
Okay.
Oh wait, you're short. Well, you're all
Uh,
pretty not
Yeah, but
slow, but
I
same
think-
pace.
I think Mintius is still 30 feet, isn't it? Aren't you 30 feet or more? Or
Yeah,
like you're
I'm
yeah,
30.
so he's faster. Yeah.
I think
Oh,
gobos are still are gobos 25?
Yeah. I'm still classified as medium, so I still get the 30 feet.
oh,
I
then I
know.
guess Eldeth and Palma. What about you, Kobo?
I'm 25. Or no, wait. Halflings 30 core. Nope, 25. Yeah, I was right.
Okay, Palma, so Mentius rounds the corner first, then Palma, then no, she's not even.
I was
she's-
right. Goblins are 30 feet, sorry.
Okay,
Goblins are 30 feet. Must be
then
right.
these two, Eldeth isn't even trying to help Mentius. She's just following the team. She seems to be miffed, probably because of what happened earlier. But Mentius rounds the corner first. So, Mentius, as you round the corner, you do see someone in that silhouetted area. You can't see their details or the features just yet. They're in the shadows, but you can tell that they're pressing their body along the body of the building itself. You can tell that they're in the shadows and they're blending quite well. How you know they're still here? Palma just points at them and shows you. She then looks towards you, looks towards herself, does point towards you, point towards her, and then covers her face. You might think that means stealth. Or you might not. It's Mentius.
Nope. So, in Mentius' mind, it's not that he sees it as stealth. He thinks she wants to charge. Well, he thinks she wants to charge.
Everyone roll turn order. This is where current everyone stands. Wait, not yet. Okay, now. Alright, now give me 1 second when I find their true identity.
It was Mr. Jenkins all along.
Let's see. Creepy Town Consort. Creepy Town Plague. Okay, here we go. Why can't I still find it? I have way too many things for this. Oh, it's
Spoiled your choice.
barely any different.
This is like Soothing Town, not Creepy Town.
Yeah, just wait for it. Again, barely any different, but it's a different token. Okay, they rolled not that great, but still better than most of you guys. Eldith, not so great, but it's a good thing she's strong. Palma got an 11. Oh, why didn't I get rid of turn order?
Oh, goodness.
Swift Judgment? Mintius, you're up first.
Okay. So, 25. And I'm just charging straight ahead. And I'm going to try and tackle the person. So, grapple attack.
Title of the episode: Mintius makes a friend.
Alright, so athletics.
Okay. Keep clicking the wrong thing.
Dogma, you're struggling something fierce tonight.
Yeah. 17 does not pass. So, as you begin to look around, Mintius, you charge in, grabbing onto their leg, grabbing onto the other leg, and holding them down. You're grabbing onto their leg mainly because you're shorter than them, not just because that's the first thing you grabbed onto. But, as you look at them, they are roughly a gangly 6 feet tall. You do manage to grab around their waist, and you do hold them down firm. They're not going anywhere, but neither are you.
I
Anything
am
else?
fine with that. That will be it. Well, except for calling back down the alleyway. I got the person.
All right, Gathos.
Yeah. I'm going to full action dash. Gets me about this far. I'm gonna cut him off at the pass. You guys help me, please. It's winter.
All right. Think that Mintius is likely going to kill them, or maybe because they're not in the right mind or state. They look towards Mintius, fully grabbed onto them. They aren't moving, that much is for sure. But they don't need to do what they're about to do. Yeah, it didn't work. I'm not even going to ask you because I'm pretty sure it misses. They try to go for a bite attack directly towards your neck, and you move out of the way, thankfully enough, and maybe because you're faster than them, or maybe because they're off balance. But the strange way they move towards you was an easy read. You move away, and they look towards you. Maybe not with a scared face, or with a surprised one, but more with a face that wants to leave. Roslyn.
I will use my full action and I dash to get to here and get ready to get into position next round. That's it.
All right. Gothos said to help, so Palma will help. She can get farther, though.
So is she just like, groaning in frustration at dealing with Mintius by this point?
As you grab onto them, they are flailing, they are looking towards you, they aren't making any...
No, I didn't mean the person I'm holding. I meant Palma. I have fallen on her. She has tried to signal to do stealth, and I decide to charge.
You can't really read her that well, but no, she isn't really showing any other emotion other than, this is something we're doing, we have to do. Maybe when you fell on her, she did have a grimace face of, really? But currently right now, she's in a state of, hey, something's happening. If we don't act now, then we might get screwed over later. She might have questions or something else afterwards, but right now she's in a state of combat.
Okay, sorry.
It's all good. Kobo.
I'm gonna use my action to dash up here next to Rosalind.
Okay.
Getting ready.
Eldith wouldn't listen to Kobo.
She stabs us all in the back.
No, not yet. Mintius.
Gonna kind of look at the person and be like, no, I'm not gonna let you go. Just want to talk.
Roll persuasion.
Oof. This isn't my charisma character. Oh wow.
Not bad.
Yeah, for having a 0, that's bad for me.
All right.
And they're
Aw.
They're still flailing. In fact, when you say, yeah, we're not going to let you go, we just want to talk, maybe they consider this a threat or maybe something else, but then you do hear them almost break their bones, not to get away, but they are moving in a strange way that before you can stop them, they do they not yet. I'll give Gothos a chance to do something. They are going to do something. Mintius, anything else?
So, was that a free action just to try and persuade them?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fine. If they want to keep flailing, I'm going to suplex them.
Okay.
What do you want for this?
You basically have them grappled. Strength attack. So, D20 plus your strength. You're not proficient in suplex, so no proficiency.
Suplex the train.
It's still pretty good, but unfortunately, you do not get to suplex. You do get to hit them for 2d6, but the suplex is not a great attack, or at least not the way you did it. Maybe it's due to the strange body proportion. Go ahead and roll 2d6 for the damage, because I'm still going to let you do damage. But maybe wrestling is not your thing. Or maybe it is, and you just need to practice.
Hey, I have chucked, 2 people around already? So this is the third?
That's actually true.
I'm training.
We'll see how this goes later on down the line. Anything else?
That's it.
Gothos.
Do-do-do. To move here, then whatever, close enough. And then I'm going to take the rope that I got off the dwarven lady and bonus action tie lasso, actual lasso, and try to throw the rope to them, not to necessarily lasso the assailant, but more entangle and or give someone else to tie him up a chance with the rope. Chance to tie.
Sure. Who are you gonna try to pass it to, though? Mintius' hands are full. Eldith might not listen to you. Kobo and Roswin are too far away and too awkwardly in a hallway.
The idea is
Anyway.
more to like get it on the assailant, like cover them with the rope, so whoever grabs them next is like, ah, now we got rope to tie you up.
Oh, okay. Athletics. Oh, wait, it's a lasso. I'll give you a choice. Athletics or acrobatics?
I'll take that little.
Nice.
You do manage to get it over their body. Not tight, but you do get it over them. Much like how one would lasso a horse, you do not do it so tight immediately, but it is over and around their body. Thankfully enough, Mintius does have him pinned down.
Obligatory yeehaw.
Palma questions, but does not say it out loud. Anything else, Gothos? I believe that was it, though.
Yeah, I think that's it.
As you tie a lasso around the individual that is currently in Minty's grasp after doing a suplex on them, they do both get up, and as before, you do hear a crunching sound in between your hands, Mintius. You're not squeezing any more than you have to, but you still body slam them to the ground. More or less, that's what you did. But she does get back up with you in tow, and she does move in a weird way. And then, through her mouth, she does not say words, but she does utter a horrible cry and shriek. The shriek is loud. It's not hurting any of you, but you can tell it's for a purpose or reason. As that transpires, she is going to try to break your restraint on her. So, your strength athletics, or acrobatics in this case, because she is going to try to break, versus her strength / athletics. She rolled a 5. She is not proficient in athletics. Even if she was, I don't think her proficiency would cover. Roslyn.
Reaction first. I'm gonna look over the Minties and be like, do we want to kill? Do we want to talk? I'm not kind of confused.
I'm trying to get this person to talk, whatever they are.
Okay. Then I'll take a page out of Kovo's book from some prior session we had and cast Mage Hand. And do I still see the rope clinging to some part of this
Yes.
thing? Okay. I want to take the other end of that rope and just start wrapping it around their face. Just like over and over and over and over and over as many times as I can to help Mintius.
Okay. I'm going to say you do it like 4 times, because after that, Gothos would need to get closer.
Okay. But would that be enough to obstruct at least the sound somewhat, or no?
The sound's already gone through. She's still making it, but it stop it from continuing.
Okay. I will hold that Mage Hand in place and just stay where I'm at. And I'm assuming that because of the conversation we had, at least both Eldeth and Kobo are aware of the situation too.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Upon my hearing, yeah, I'm not going to let you go. We just want to talk with you, and Gothos, last thing her saying yeehaw, she isn't bringing out any weapons, but she is going to round the corner. She can get up to his face, but she does not have anything drawn, but she is holding her action with her blade at palm ready. Kobo.
Kobo is going to dodge up past that racist dwarf, whatever her name is, and it's like push through, and then start helping Mintius with the whole grappling and restraining.
Right.
I'm not sure if I need to body check her, or if I just jump over, grab another leg, or however Mintius is holding him, I'm lending assistance to help grapple her to the ground.
All right. Basically, she's kind of already grappled already. So, what you're doing is holding on to her as well. If she ever tries to break again, she'll have disadvantage, or Mintius will have advantage. It's a good idea.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Well, I can know. I was gonna say I can, because I thought she stood up to scream, but I can go ahead and start tightening and tying the ropes. Gothos has got one end. The other end's wrapped around her head.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I made her get back up. Otherwise, Gothos' lasso would just have fallen off. Or been extremely difficult. Yeah. Anyways, Mintius, you now have advantage if you try to do something else regarding your strength, or she has disadvantage if she ever tries to break.
Okay.
She's gonna roll something.
This is where she kills us.
She's gonna listen to you for one turn. Mintius.
Well, that's good. So this creature is standing up currently.
Yes.
Hmm. All right, let's see. How can we not kill her or it or whatever this might be?
It definitely looks female, but it's definitely not something you've seen before. Rubbing around their body, you can tell that Gothos's rope is there. You definitely got tied by Roswin's currently just visible to her invisible hand. However, you can tell that as the rope is restraining her body, mainly her face, that some of the strange, almost corporeal shadow overlapping her body is lapping at the rope.
So,
Shadow flame.
so you're still gonna, fight us and not talk to us?
Even if she could
Just-
talk, she's currently rope all over the face.
Okay, I guess we're doing another suplex. I'm gonna knock this thing out.
Okay. D20 plus 5.
Does a 21 work? Oh, ignore that second one. I accidentally hit the face.
All right. As you begin to adjust for body weight, measuring amount, Gothos' rope into action, and the other body of your ally assisting, you do finally get to do a suplex. Roll 3d6 plus strength.
Kobo goes flying. Gothos gets jerked around.
Oof,
Oh,
2 ones.
pretty bad.
So,
Better
still,
than nothing.
worth it.
You slam into the body quite hard, but maybe it's because you don't want to hurt Kobo, because they're also technically held on. You slam the body straight down to the ground, and you do almost render them unconscious. Thankfully enough, you didn't do enough damage that I'm gonna say she didn't need to make a con save. But you did do good work. Unless you want to be standing up again, Mintius, you can say you're both on the ground and she's currently prone.
She has a 200-pound Minotaur on top of her, holding her down.
Okay.
I will be.
Wait, so then is it like a suplex flip? I've always been interested in like the logistics of the suplex. Because they're in front of you,
Yeah.
and then they go over, like you bend backwards. And then like do you roll? I guess that I haven't seen that much professional wrestling.
I mean, honestly, he has the strength to probably do that.
Let's just say for now you're just using your weight to keep her down.
Moving on. That's all.
She's not that heavy. 200 pounds is more than enough. In fact, when you flipped her down, she weighed like maybe 80 pounds.
Jeez.
She's tall, super rail thin, and super creepy to look at.
Yeah, but like a 200-pound freaking creature demolished an 80-pound light thing. I mean,
Yeah.
was there a bunch of broken bones as we heard it like flip over?
Surprisingly enough, there wasn't. Gothos. There should have been, though.
I'm gonna move forward. Oh yeah, no, you'd be surprised how many people we meet like this actually. I'm gonna unwrap it from your face if you promise not to scream again, alright? So you can talk. You're gonna nod if you're not gonna scream.
Rope's still on face. They're not nodding. You can clearly tell they're screaming underneath the rope, but no sound is coming through.
Okay. I don't know where to take it from here, guys. The subject is uncooperative.
Try and knock her out.
She was almost knocked out before, so it wouldn't be that difficult. You just need to attack her or do something else. Entirely up to you.
I don't know, it just feels weird she wasn't doing nothing. One of us has to wake her up. Alright. I'm gonna try to convince you one more time. Hello in there.
Can I? Oh, we're still in turn order, right? I was gonna say there's no way I can give. Well, I need to touch him. Never mind. Never mind. Keep going.
We just want to talk. You know, look, no one here wants to hurt you. In fact, you know what? I'll let you go. That's what's gonna happen, right? I mean, if she's not gonna talk to us, she's not gonna talk. We'll let her go. That's a sign of goodwill. We all know how it feels to be taken captive.
Roll persuasion disadvantage.
Jeez.
Clearly hostile, yeah. That's-
Ugh.
I mean, a 13 is still pretty good. All she has is a bonus to his 5, so. Yeah, of course I'd roll well that time.
Guess your disadvantage.
Yeah, she's not listening to you.
Screw it then. I'll just hold it. Somebody else can knock her out. I feel bad.
Mercy kill now.
Okay. As you begin to wonder what you'll do next, Gothos goes, yeah, someone else talk her down. I kind of feel bad. While Mantis is currently pinning her down to the ground. Kobo also helping, making sure that she doesn't squirm or move in any direction. Aldeth is currently probably going to take that offer. Maybe because she wants to kill something, or maybe because she's a pretty awful person. Palmo's probably not going to take it, surprisingly enough. Summon Demon still has a better heart than Aldeth. I don't know if Roswin's going to take up that offer, but this person is very, very much on the ground. Everyone go ahead and roll dexterity saving throws, except for Roswin. Ironically enough, Roswin's not close enough.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I had disadvantage on, but
Nice.
still in 11.
Okay, and now my 2 NPCs. Go ahead.
Quick question. Is it an effect that I can see?
Not at the moment in time, but it's an effect that you could see.
That's a confusing answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it? It's for danger sense.
Oh, it's an effect you could see at one point in time. Your senses would feel the sensation happening. You would have advantage.
Yeah, so it's a 22.
Okay. Now,
So backwards.
it was not, but it also was. It sounded right in my head. Okay. Well, Eldith failed. Palma did well, not showing you her bonus again. So immediately as she moves about, you can tell that the shadow around her begins to overlap and spark, which should not happen. Like, ever. And then immediately the shadow bursts, and then you see the body break apart and decay in an instant. The shadows then move around you and hit everyone around. Thankfully enough, most of you are able to dodge most of this strange vaporous form. Gothos, not so much. Roswin, you're fine.
Yeah.
No good deed.
Kobo and Mint, you're half okay. Eldith, not so much. Palma, half okay. In general, people take 5d6.
5d6?
It's only 16. But yes. The strange shadow burst hits everyone, and then she's no longer there. I am going to keep turn order up, but she's no longer there. Quick question. What's everyone past perceptions?
11.
13.
I was going to do an active investigation on her body to see if she was a living person or
That's a good
some
call.
sort of magical fungal spore in human form.
She ain't there no more.
Exploded. Yeah, she exploded. She did no more.
You can go ahead and roll investigation to determine what you saw. But again, passives.
Yeah, 13.
13.
Would that be an investigation or an insight since it just happened rather than something I can do?
You just said
Insight.
passive.
Sure. But what's your
Didn't you
passive?
just passive perception, right?
Oh, it was 11,
Yeah.
I said.
Oh, I didn't hear that for some reason.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, I said 11.
Oh, you know what? I think I heard the 11, but I think I just assumed it was Gothos.
No problem.
Maybe we said it like the exact same time.
Okay. Yeah, no one sees what happened. But go ahead and roll insight.
Jeez.
Well, you can determine that the strange vapors forms around her lapped into her. The shadows then broke her body apart and then sunk in. In that brief instance of sinking in, you can tell that the shadows were basically eating at the body and rapidly decaying it away until nothing was left. And then once nothing was left, the shadow was all that remained, and then burst out and jettisoned out from that core point. So anything around was hit with this almost decay necrotic damage. Oh, it's also necrotic damage, by the way, but I think I just assumed you knew. It really didn't matter unless you're able to nullify necrotic damage. Let me know. Or just reduce it by half again. I don't think anyone can. I could be wrong.
11.
The shadows burst out, and you did not see where they went. Unfortunately, that's at the point in time where your insight failed you. But this was not something that they themselves did.
Yeah, that was fun.
I asked Oma if this is the stuff that she was referring to in the spores and everything, like the shadows or whatnot from the town.
No, this is new. You made mention that you saw shadow people before, but they were moving. There are some illusions that have happened when they check in from location to location, but not something like this. And generally, they don't move. This is new.
New good, new bad.
Generally, people exploding is not a good thing.
I don't know if there's something worse before, that's all. Okay.
This is like coughing up shadow energy. Yeah, no shit.
But
Alrighty then.
Keeping with turn order, or
the turner's still up, but you're currently out of combat.
I'm just
Who's
gonna
the-
stand up and get off of this decaying thing.
Who's the most hurt? I can tell Mintius is bad, but how bad are you two, Kobo?
Oh, I'm not feeling so hot.
I feel fine.
What's
Kobo, roll deception. I mean, not Kobo. Mintius, roll deception.
Okay.
Lucius seems like he's fine, or at least no connection or deception on his part, from what you can tell. Unless you want to roll
Wait.
against it,
Yeah, what is it that I roll against that?
insight.
Yeah, he's good. Okay.
It's probably just their blood on his body.
That's fine. So then I'm gonna go ahead and heal Koba then. I'm gonna do a second level cure wounds. Give me a sec.
All right, I think
Oh my.
you guys did find some health potions in the shack. I think you guys found 2. If you don't want to use them, that's fine. I just remember giving you guys some.
Yeah, I don't have them on my list. Somebody else has them, but yeah, I definitely could use a little help.
I don't even
I'm pretty
remember.
bloody.
I don't think I have them on my list, but I think everybody should have one on their kit. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's all good. So there you go. That's 15.
Thank you, thank you.
Up. And then, Athos, do you need a bit or do you want to use a potion? I say the potions just to hold off, just because I can always recoup my spell slots, but it's up to you.
That's true. And
Oh no, yeah, I can take care of myself a little bit here.
plus, it took you guys a
Okay.
while to find those things.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll just give myself a little juice right now. Or well, I will when it's my turn.
No, you're out of combat, but turn order is still up. By that, I mean, do what you want to, but you don't know if combat or your surroundings are safe.
Oh, how
Okay.
bad is Poma? Because I can't see obviously their hit points. Does she look bad?
No. Thankfully enough, she was one of the people that was able to dodge most of the shadows. But she does have some scoops and grazes, but definitely your team are worse. If you had to guess based on how bad she's doing, about as bad as Gothos, but better.
Got it.
Around
I-
how Gothos is now.
Makes sense. Okay. The only other thing I want to do is just start doing perception around to see, because I know the sound must have, at least her intelligence would say that it's probably the creature's way of maybe alerting whatever else was around here. So can I do perception check to see if anything else starts to catch my attention?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get rid of the turn order for a second, only because I feel like it's confusing you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so perception check.
Yeah, you noticed this guy.
Hey guys, and I start pointing the direction where that thing is.
Jeez.
Oh, rap.
I would like to spark up a divine sense though, if possible.
Mind sense?
Divine
Divine
sense.
sense. In
Oh,
the check.
It's up there.
let's say that's something I've never heard of, but okay. Divine sense.
I've got preferred enemy mine.
Fiend.
Oh no.
Fiend. Everyone else is fine. Fiend. 60 feet away.
Wait.
It's evil.
And now they're gone.
Okay, no, yeah, it's still okay. I think that thing is probably moving that way very quickly, and this guy on the roof, also not from this plane of existence. Yeah.
Under miss.
They get closer.
Okay, whose
They're on
turn
the
is
roof
it?
still, but you guys are on the ground.
So is it our turns now, or do we get to do like a quick
Yeah, whose
action
turn
at
is
this
it?
point?
Because I'm ready to do something. So yeah.
Okay.
Hey, are you gonna talk to us, or is this another one of these just try and kill everyone situations?
I'm pretty sure.
so-
I'm
Do
pretty sure
you
not.
understand common?
As
Yeah.
Gathos and Kobo basically berate this new individual, Roswin.
No, I'm not berating. I wanted to firebolt, but everybody else is talking. Is like, yeah,
So
this one's
attacking
not
is
gonna
not
go down.
harassing. Got it. I know how Kobo thinks. Roswin, it is your turn.
Okay.
They don't have any weapons out, but they need to get closer.
Is it a free action to do some sort of insight check to see if this person or this creature is about to attack?
Sure. Oh, oops, wrong song.
I think they're attacking. I'm gonna do a firebolt. Does that hit?
With a 6, you can't tell either way. They need to get closer, so obviously they look menacing. Firebolt with 16, unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay, I will. I didn't see anything else in the direction out of this alley, right?
No.
So then I'll back up there, and that's it.
Hey,
Okay.
whoa, what are you doing? Is that some like fiendish hello or so? Are we doing that again?
So, as
Pretty sure
Rosalind looks towards the individual on the roof, she shoots a fireball at them, misses, and bolts backwards.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Just it looks like it's gonna attack us.
It does look evil, and if things look evil, you have to attack them. Those are the rules.
Yep.
Palma has her blade drawn, mainly because you guys decide to attack this thing first and foremost. She does have to expend a good amount of movement to get up here. Let's see, that's 20 feet on the roof, so vertically that eats up her... Yeah, that eats up her bonus... No, she still has a bonus action left. Gothos is small enough. She goes down about like 5 feet, grabs onto Gothos' head, and picks him up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kobo.
Labo.
You shoot a firebolt straight towards this individual. You look as it just rears towards the right of his head, missing. They did not flinch. You just missed. I'm afraid 17 did not hit.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Movement or bonus action?
No bonus action, and I think I will back up one step so I can get a better. Because when you back up, and you can better see from the angle of the roof, so I can keep a better eye.
Yeah, okay. Let's see here. She can move 30 feet, but let's see, 20 feet going up. Bonus action left. She can technically... Yeah, I'm going to do it. She's going to expand a few things and going to do attacks again.
Stupid fighter.
So here's one, and here's two. They both hit.
Well, I mean, of course they hit. You're fighting yourself.
That's fair. She does smash into them heavily. However, they don't die. She is quite strong, you do know that now. She's just annoying to work with. Mintius.
All right. What am I going to have to do to get up here?
Well, it's 20 feet up. You're going to have to use athletics, or Palma can, on her turn, get you up there. Unfortunately enough, she has already used up her actions. So, athletics to get up. Your movement is 20 feet up. Thankfully enough, I think you have 30 feet, so you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I think all you have left is bonus action.
So it takes my action to get up there.
Unfortunately.
How sturdy does this house look?
Sturdy enough. Maybe if you, really break into the support beams, You might be able to bring it down, but right now it's sturdy enough.
And is there a window on this wall? Actually,
5 feet to your south.
so like right here.
Yes.
Can I climb in the window?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and memorize where he's at, and I'm gonna try something. So pretty much I want to get right under him, and I'm assuming the support beam for the roof is right underneath him too, because he's like right on that edge.
That would make sense.
And I have a fun little. I have two things I could actually do. I'm going to use my. Why did I do this outside? I don't know. I'm going to use my grappling hook and throw it up onto the support beam and yank the support beam down.
Okay, athletics. You easily swing over and chuck it in. That's not the issue. The issue is breaking apart part of a house.
I've done it before.
You've done it twice.
Oof.
Unfortunately enough, though, the beam is quite strong and sturdy. You needed an 18. So it still stands. But you can tell that it got a little looser, a little more broken, so the accuracy or the AC of said beam does go down by like 2 points. You only need 16 to beat it next time.
Okay.
And that fails, and you'll just basically break it.
That's it.
Gathos.
Oh, you're a strong lady pulling me up here. All right. Okay. Hello, abyssal thing. Do you speak? Can you understand me? You speak Goblin? Common? I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Berating away. It does state. This one does speak. But it does state. So you asked to speak after you attack.
Great use of the soundboard.
Palma does state. He does have a point.
Hey, listen, I know it's like working with gnolls around with these people, but
Hey.
it's a very contentious group, I understand. I personally have not attacked you. If you would like to have a conversation, I can maybe prevent some further hostilities. However, any hostilities further by you, I mean, I really can't condone. I mean, you've done no hostilities so far, that's why we're talking right now.
Roll persuasion.
Where's my character?
Okay. Normally I'd give you disadvantage because all of your teammates attacked. But basically Palma backed you up, so she gave you advantage.
Nice.
But your companions basically still attack them, so that basically just evened out. I rolled like crap. You won. So they look towards you and then state, well then, I suggest you get to convincing them.
And I move over beside the dwarf and I go, alright, back off, axe happy, and I would like to shield bash her, or shove her away.
Okay, you're gonna try to do persuasion this time, but nah, gonna straight up attack her. Okay.
It's a I forget how it works. I think it's a
It's basically a
It's
punch.
just a shove.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
an
you gonna
excellent
shove her
shove.
off the roof?
no, away from me. So she'll
Okay.
be still along the roof. It's just kind of like a.
I'm pretty sure you said off the roof, but okay.
I didn't say off the
Oh,
roof. How would I
oh.
maneuver that?
I don't
I'll-
know.
Also,
I'll,
there's a slanted roof, so if she falls
Mhm.
down, she's gonna slide off the roof.
Whatever.
Anyways,
When
I
did we
mean,
start
I know.
defending her?
anyways, go ahead and do your push attack.
How does it work? I think it's an athletics or a strength contested or something. I'm sorry, I forget that.
Yeah, it's basically a grapple check. I'm pretty sure there's a feat for this, but I can't be bothered to remember it. Yes, I know
Yeah,
that was
I'm
a
g-
terrible sentence. Don't give me shit, Mintius,
Whatever, I rolled a terrible athletics.
because you did it before.
Dick.
Okay, she's gonna use her strength against you.
I think you have a 10% chance to fail.
She is proficient, so
Oh no.
no.
Natural 20. Apparently, I bounce off her.
You go straight for a push, but you stop yourself momentarily as you do see her blade like outdrawn, and you almost put your hand on it, so you just back up.
I don't suppose I have another persuasion in the chamber. That's probably my turn.
Yeah, this is your turn.
Yep.
Roswin, you do see somehow this creature controlled Gothos' mind and has him attacking Eldith, or you heard the conversation. Entirely up to you.
No, let's be clear. Did I hear it or not? Because
Yeah, you could have.
Okay. I don't like that kind of thing. Okay. If I heard that, then I'm just gonna hold still. I'm gonna hold an attack if for some reason it goes south.
Yeah, everyone heard that, including Kobo, except for Mentius. Mentius is inside the house.
Yanking on a beam.
And everyone's right there.
You're all up there
Sorry.
talking nice and neat, and all of a sudden, the roof comes crashing down.
Sorry, I misspoke. Intius is downstairs yanking on some hardwood. No one?
Hey,
Alright.
I mean,
No
one
one-
has to
yeah.
do it.
This is being recorded on two separate things. We're not going to make that comment.
Oh, I don't care. My channel is marked as mature, so
Rated T for teen.
no, mature.
But yeah, that's my turn. I just prepare an attack in case things go south.
Okay. Palma jumps down. Palma looks inside the window. She took 2d6 for falling damage. She doesn't care. She's looking hurt, but not dead. Looking inside, she looks towards Mintius. We're talking on the roof now. That's your turn. Koba.
I gather up the rope and start winding it. Make sure there's that lasso knot is still tight, ready to use it. Just readying.
Okay. I don't know why everyone's going cowboy today.
Well, apparently the word of the day is,
Yes, the word of the day today is yeehaw. Yes. All right. She's going to try to incite Gothos to see if he was taken over by a demonic creature.
Jeez. Are you
With her,
serious?
with her bonus, no, it's just Gothos being Gothos. She's gonna listen for one turn, but she still has her blade drawn. She doesn't carry two. Mintius.
Damn roof needs to come down right now.
Oh, you
You
just
barely
raked
got
it.
it. Gothos, acrobatics check. Elder, and he will also make acrobatics checks. I just sneezed into my arm and it sounded like a fart.
Oof.
You could have blamed it on the cat stepping on the mic. You would have believed it.
I thought I sneezed into my shirt, but nope. Half of it was on my arm. I do not know.
Sorry, I
But if you
forget
take
that you're probably in a place where you're wearing like a t-shirt, so you can make like the fart noise.
Yeah. Although I don't
I'm
do
in
that.
Canada, baby. It's cold. No sweaters.
Yeah. Okay, acrobatics 17. Okay, so the guy's fine. Eldith is not. You needed a 17 or higher. So you both jump, land, and easily land on the ground without too much trouble. Thankfully enough, some of the debris was able to cushion your fall. Eldith does take 4 damage, and she's looking a little hurt more than normal. About half health. The guy looks fine. Gothos, you did take 2 points of damage, and so did he. Mintius, anything else? You have movement in a bonus action, but I do not know what you'll do with them.
Well, now that we're not all on the roof, what's
Are you
going
like
on?
inside a collapsed building, or
Yeah, I'm inside. I used the grappling hook to yank the support beam down.
so there's just like a pile of debris between us and you? It's like so high.
I got one better. How did that happen?
Roll deception.
As I stand there with the rope in hand.
Or is
Um,
it insight? Sorry.
I'm gonna give Palma advantage. Okay, for some reason, Palma believes you. Eldith believes you. The Shadow Man does not believe you one bit. He sees the rope in your hand, or the rope next to your feet as you kick it away. Gothos, you can roll or just immediately
You
believe
did.
him. Oh, 20.
Oh no, that was perception.
That was perception.
It's the same bonus for my insight. Sorry.
Oh, you don't believe him. You see him kicking the rope. All right. Is anyone going to attack him? Otherwise, turn order is over.
I'm not
No, I'm
going
holding
to.
off.
You can hold your
I-
action. That's perfectly fine. But if you're not going to attack him, I'm going to disengage turn order. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, a pack of gnolls sometimes. I apologize for this. Tell me, traveler from another plane, what brings you to this, well, quite frankly, sunless fungus?
It's one way to describe the town of death. Looking towards you, he does then state, I was brought here much like most others. If I had to wager, you're the one that is intruding in this domicile. Much like the one that... I suppose it does not matter what they were intending to do. If you had to guess, that last part was Mintius. Directed towards Mintius.
Firewood is scarce in the Underdark. I'm sure he was just collecting.
Roll deception.
Come on.
Yeah, he doesn't believe you. But even he doesn't care. He basically just dropped it. But he does state, if you do not know what's going on, then I suggest you leave this town. Right now, there is someone preparing for a wedding. Preparing for a notion that is to come. A notice that is to come. They are in a preparation state. unless you deem yourself capable of stopping them, you will more than likely fail, as the town to the south had also failed in stopping the demon from awakening there.
So the wedding is going to be like a demon wedding.
There are lords from another plane of existence that have been brought to the Underdark. There have been other things that have been brought here as well, thanks to the shifting of this area. I am but one of these things, and so are the rest of my companions.
Is that the shadow entity that we wanted to talk to earlier? One of your companions?
That was a possessive familiar. It incorporated itself into the body of another, walked around and spied within the sight to give me a better viewpoint. Once it spies something, however, it makes sure it keeps to the shadows until it moves away. If it ever gets in danger, however, it will cry and scream out to me, so I can unsummon it.
Just painful, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of that.
If you are attacking it, then should you yourself also not feel pain? I doubt many things would not fight back. Palma does state he does have a point, but we're kind of getting off topic right now.
True. So, how long do you think until this, I don't know, horrible demon wedding that is going to bring, what, more of your kind here?
You
Do we
asked
have
the
enough
question,
time?
but they do seem perplexed. Not as if you stump them, but more as if you're lumping them together.
Oh, yeah, sorry, people do that with goblins and hobgoblins and such all the time. It's my mistake. New to this whole celestial realms thing. I don't know the language.
Okay. While you reference goblin racism, he then looks towards you. I do not know when, but the preparations are just on the early stages. I have seen this one, pointing towards Palma, has been gathering information as well. I can assure you that these instances are at the primal stage. They are still getting ready. The bride-to-be is still preparing, still drawing in power. And other things around are still causing things to go slower than they'd like. Other entities, as I mentioned before, have been brought in. Not for the wedding, but for their own purposes. They have decided to venture out and acquire more strength. The town to the south had unfortunately not the strength to stop one of these entities from drawing in and being summoned into this plane of existence. It is unfortunate for them, as most of them did die due to this.
Unfortunate for this town, too. But you're saying it's going to take some time, so that not really going to impede our progress out of the Underdark, guys. That sounds okay.
Eldred is not in agreement. It really doesn't matter. Depending on how long it takes, all they'll kill off is the riffraff, so I'm afraid the goblin unfortunately does make a good point. We can just let them all die and we'll be fine. That's probably not the point you were making, but she does make that point for you.
We could have let you die, and we would have been fine.
She's basically ignoring you. But that's kind of par for the course.
I want to headbutt her.
Go for
How
it.
many of us think it's a bad idea to let this thing into the world?
Oh yeah, no, defending the Union is yeah, definitely a thing that would be good. You don't want to mess with the balance, but also I don't really feel up to fighting a demon lord, let alone a whole pantheon of them right now. I don't know about you. Just one of these guys' spies kind of really knocked me down a bit.
Okay.
Pommel does state, I mean, we kind of can't stop the one to the south or the one here as they've already been drawn in, but she looks towards the Shadow Man. Do you know of any others that are here? I do not. Where they go and where they reside, I cannot say. I just have feelers out there, making sure that me and mine are safe, or safe as they can get. I can tell you, however, that the shifting in tides is still happening. So I do not know if just 2 or more lords will be awoken. I can tell you, however, that a kingdom on the surface has felt these tremors happening. I would suggest perhaps asking them for help. That does not hit.
Sorry. No, sorry, my mistake. I was not trying to do that. Just
Bring it up, blade, and stab!
no. I didn't mean to put that in the chat. I was just reading it. And yeah.
No, you're fine. It's what he says. Apparently, someone on the surface is, does and has knowledge of what's happening underground. Perhaps asking them for help or more advice would be beneficial to you. However, you'd still need to get up there.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of any plan that puts us on the surface. You got any tips on how to get to this really helpful city, apparently?
He shakes his head no.
Of course.
Right.
All I can tell you is I sense things. I feel out and shoot out feelers. If they do not reside within the same scope that I can connect with, then all I can do is feel, not see or travel through. That's what he says.
Alright, you got a limited range. Fair enough.
I can perhaps guide you further up, but not all the way.
Yeah, we were going to cross the lake. Do you have any tips from there? Headed upwards? Sunwise?
As you finish through the lake, there is a cave system that will lead you further up. In that direction, it is to the northeast zone. Afterwards, you will find a little crevice with a strange diamond on the very top of it. You walk through, do not look from side to side, and you will get to a new location, far higher than normal. You do anything else, well then things change. Palmer then states, well, that's not ominous. It is
So everyone-
what it is.
Go northeast, and then straight through the diamonds.
Straight through the cave where there's a diamond on top. If you had to guess, there's a cave system opening, and then there's a diamond on top to indicate which cave you're going into.
As we all take good notes.
If you had to guess, there's more than one cave entrance. He's just giving you a clue. Or advice. Take it as however you will. He could be lying to you.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we,
Insight.
how trustworthy do we determine this abyssal or fiend to be?
As
Said fiend,
much
right?
as you want him to be. It could be none at all. So go ahead and roll insight if you don't believe him or trust him. It's perfectly fair. You do know demons and other things are popping up in the shadow. Not Shadowfell. Darn it, got this. Saying Shadow before got me. In the Underdark are popping up. So who knows?
Nobody knows what to believe.
He doesn't seem well, he does seem untrustworthy just looking at the guy, but he doesn't seem to be lying.
I mean, I guess there are easier ways to kill people in the Underdark.
I mean, he
What's,
almost killed. He could have probably almost killed you guys with just blowing up his familiar.
Yep.
So you mentioned this city. Any chance you got a name, or is it just gonna be like we gotta check some cities up top? Not really fancy cop. Be helpful if you could give us some specificity.
He shakes his head no, mainly because, again, not his jurisdiction. Doesn't care about it. If he can't reach it, he doesn't scope it out.
Okay, I guess we'll just visit a lot of cities up top.
He does state, they are not that many and not that close. I'm sure once you reach the surface, you'll find one, if not the right one. If you had to guess, as long as you follow the route that he tells you to go into, you'll find the city. He just doesn't know what it's called.
Fair enough. I believe in a lucky roll.
You can roll insight again. He could just be messing with you. But again, entirely how your character feels.
Paladin of Tamora. Bold. I'm gonna do it.
But that's all he says. Not going back into the voice, he does state, why exactly are you here?
Well, we caught a whiff of this. Lost my accent there for a second. Here we are. Yeah, no, we caught sight of this pure white specter that actually is apparently some sort of mushroom queen spirit.
He does tell you that that is the demon lord in a guised form, and you probably don't want to get too close, as she is far stronger than you lot and himself put together. He does,
Good advice.
however, also tell you it's a good thing you did not get too close, or else you would have likely died. From poison.
Yeah, well, we already saw it infect the angry red-haired one over there.
Pommel does state, is there anything else you can tell us, basically, from this entity? The strange, shadowy fireman does state, basically, the demon lord creature is a large fungal-like entity currently gathering, preparing for a wedding. However, that has yet to commence and happen. There are other entities in the area that you need to look out and watch out for. He is just among some of them. But there are things that are also quite dangerous here. He would advise to leave as soon as possible, but if you decide to roam around, stick to the quadrants that he points to, which is basically this map and the map you are already in. As long as you don't go too deep or explore too far, you should be fine. But he can't guarantee beyond those quadrants. He does, however, state that there are things that you might not want to discover. But he does not tell you more on that. When Pomo presses him on this, he does state to her there are things for her to uncover, but there are things that these people should not, as it might draw them closer depending on how they view the world.
No, I'm with the our fiendish friend here, in that we should get out of Demon Wedding Town. I think messing with these sort of, higher demon entities counterproductive to us ever seeing sunlight again at this time.
He does state, however, if you do not do anything, that is entirely your doing. However, if the wedding is not stopped at one point or another, I do believe they will then rise to the surface and lay waste. I do suggest you stop that, or not. It will not impede my life, but it might impede yours and your kind. That's not ominous at all.
Yeah, all right, friend. One last thing from me, if you don't mind. I'm touchy about this, so I didn't ask earlier in the conversation. But what's your name?
Azaha Nama.
Azahak.
Darn it, I forgot how this was spelled again.
Brings me back to when I wanted to have a character with a click in their name.
I'm gonna say because of the distance that Rosman just heard Mahatma.
As a ha ma na. Just phonetically.
Awesome.
After people are finding it confusing, he just says, you can just call me Haas.
Okay, that's better.
Better and so much worse. Big Hoss.
I will tell you that the spelling was stupid, only because I wrote it. But anyways, he just called Haas now.
It's stupid because I wrote it. I can't talk about.
But yeah, he does tell you about the wedding that is to take place. If the wedding happens and goes through, yeah, not good for the surface, so you might want to stop that eventually, just not now. Thankfully enough, like most weddings, it does take time. Who or what brought them here, they honestly can't tell you. You might want to explore further on, just maybe not here. He did give you directions if that will help you, or you can just disregard them and then find your own. Again, shadowy demon from another plane or dimension, maybe not the most trustworthy thing. You can't tell if he's lied to you, but you also can't tell if he hasn't, or has. It's really confusing.
Yeah, he's perfectly reasonable as far as I was concerned. Do you say we raid the tavern really quickly for some edible foodstuffs and then get back to the boat?
Okay.
Very nice to meet you, Haas. We'll probably try and break up this wedding when we come back later, maybe.
Hey.
Maybe, I don't know. First priority now is never coming back. Then we'll see.
Exactly.
He doesn't say anything, he just looks at you.
Yeah, so I started heading into another building because I'm in the same I'm with Gothos on this one. I just want to start scoping whatever it is that we can find that's useful and then get out. So I'm gonna go in this spot and start investigating here. You guys go to other buildings.
Very nice meeting you, Haas. Sorry about earlier when some of us tried to light you on fire or kill you with an axe or collapse a building on you. I mean, collect firewood.
Yeah, he still doesn't believe you, but he just shrugs. Roswin, entering into the area that you're currently in, you find roughly 5 dead bodies in the ground. But you roam around them. You can tell that the inside that you've just entered inside is a large body of food. Thinking back, these things might have spores in them. Thinking back, you could always purify the thing.
Yep.
You can
So,
determine that this was a basic grocery store. So there's a lot of stuff here. They're also kind of like poisonous.
Can I use? I'll open up my bag and use Mage Hand to start putting in there. I don't know how many rations of food you let me put in there for now.
Probably a total of 10. I don't know how much you have now.
I've got 10 now because of the other stuff that we were getting from the building.
Do you have that other? I think you guys found another pouch of.
Yeah.
So you could add another 10 to that one.
So okay, so I've got 10 in my current kit, so I'll say I have 20 in total.
After that, you'd be impeded with how much food.
Yeah. So at least I'll take care of that, and then I'll disinfect all that stuff later.
You might need to. Other than that, as you look around, you do find 2 water skins, barrels of water that you probably aren't able to carry back on the ship, even with Mintius's help. You could roll it back there, but once the ship ride's over,
It'll probably be impossible.
probably.
Okie
But besides that, you do find some spare change here and there. Do you break into the till?
Is it this back room over here?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
You break into the till. You find change. Nothing gold, but you do find 15 silver and 300 copper.
You had to smack us with the change. God damn.
This is a grocery outlet. Why on earth would they have gold?
Fine. Okay.
I just don't want change. Other than that, there's just basic resupply, redemand, some ledgers that will lead you to farming areas in the locations that you might find later on. Again, great for business, maybe not for you.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll start making my way slowly because I'm starting to have a lot of weight on me.
Yeah, that's fair. Kubo, entering inside, you do find what appears to be a small lounging area. It does seem to be a tavern, but it doesn't seem to have any drinks there. At least none that are currently out. This area doesn't seem to have any people in it, which is weird. But when you go into the back room, or at least observe it... Oh, wait, you're where the bartender would be. As you go into the bartender area, you do see that there's a mountain of liquors behind a glass section off area. Do you break into it?
Yeah, I just try and open it first. I'm not gonna smash the glass right off, but
You look for the hinge to open it, and there's no hinge to open it.
is there a latch or anywhere else to move or slide it?
You look for a latch. You push and pull up, push and pull down, push and see if it pops out. Nothing.
Smashy.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a little breaky there.
Okay. You breaky, and the glass begins to fall down, and then almost hits you. Go ahead and roll dexterity saving throw.
I'll didn't think I'd be that clumsy with it.
There was a key trick to this. Okay.
So, I'm a bad influence.
2. So as you break into the glass, it then does begin to topple over and hit you for 2 points of damage. Slashing damage, if that matters. You can determine, however, that the way it was set up, mold earth might have helped to remove
Yeah.
the glass so you could get to the liquor. But you do see that the liquor is there. There are 10 bottles of velvet wines, 2 bottles of Underdark ale, 3 jugs of dwarven beer, and 2 6-packs of human beer.
Okay. Elf wine. What was the other one?
Dwarven ale. Oh wait, are you talking about the Undercommon brew?
Okay. Yeah, there was elf wine, some undercommon, and that's beer or brew.
Okay, I'm just gonna give
I'm
you.
a slow typist. You were gonna have to.
I'm gonna give you standard
gonna-
names so it's easier. 5 bottles, elf alcohol. 3 bottles, undercommon alcohol. 2 bottles, dwarven alcohol. 2 bottles, human alcohol.
Okay.
Yes, I know. For anyone that's listening, yes, I know that the amounts changed. Just making it easier, man.
Okay.
Human alcohol.
Well, yeah, I know it's human beer and stuff like that. It's just I am a slow typist.
That's fine. Join the club. We don't have
Okay.
matching t-shirts, mainly because no one wants to do them or type them out.
I wouldn't want to type it out, but if somebody did, I'd wear it.
So, do you go into the back room? Because after that,
Yeah.
all there is here is a till. Do you break into that till?
Sure. There's a till.
Okay, because there is a latch, there is a door key thing. You just don't have either, so the only way to do it is to break in.
All right, I'll do it a little more carefully this time. I'll use my knife or something to shimmy it open.
You shimmy it open. Surprisingly enough, that one isn't as secure. Opening it up, you do find 2 gold, 30 silver, and 15 copper.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Heading down. Well, I'll peek in this room real quick first.
Inside are 15 dead bodies piled up in one selective area. They don't seem to have anything of value on them because most of what might have been on them seems to be stripped. Some boots, some buttons have been removed, so you can tell someone already picked through. Cards are still on the table. Drinks are still placed on the ground, not on the ground, on the table next to there, where they likely would have sit. Someone has already been through here.
Okay. Okay, so I'll check the basement.
Checking the basement, you just find larger cases of alcohol. You're not going to be able to get them out. You might enjoy them for a day, maybe a couple days. Thankfully enough, they are sealed, so no poisoning.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured with the bottles too.
Mhm.
Okay, and
Preparation room for meals, drinks, and the like. You might be able to
Nothing
find a set of kitchen utensils. So if you want to take them, you can take them. But nothing special.
okay, yeah, no, I'll be fine.
Okay. Mentius, what are you doing?
what am I doing? Well,
Hmm.
gathering up my grapple hook again.
Okay, you managed to collect your grappling hook, throw it back out, collect it again, throw it back out, collect it again. Nothing happens, but you
Why
do
am I
collect it
throwing
again.
it out?
I don't know because you mentioned last time that you were collecting your grappling hook, and then now you're
Well, you
mentioning it again.
never said anything.
Fair
So,
enough. You collect it once and only once.
mm,
Gothos is doing something, but while they're currently away from keyboard, Palma does move Eldeth. Palma comes over. So, is there any reason you seem hyperactive?
who, me?
I mean, there's you, and there's also, that one points to Gothos.
Wait a minute.
Welcome back. But she does look towards Mintius. Is there a reason for that?
I don't think I'm hyper.
I suppose. I mean, is that how your clan's structured? Do your people often not have vast amounts of energy?
He's just gonna like tilt his head to the side, the whole confused dog look. What?
I suppose this is a question for another time. Do you at least worship the Minotaur god?
Name?
No.
Hmm.
I'm an orphan, so I've never really learned about that stuff.
Oh, I suppose this does make sense then. Well, often than not, Minotaurs are brought up, raised for combat and strife, but they often are also raised in a way that they are, suffice to say, soldiers. More than likely cannon fodder, but often than not, the enemy actually dies rather than them. They often are
I'll,
not.
I'll create another one of these militant gods. Oh yeah, expect your, followers to die. Listen, kid, you're lucky not to grow up in a society like
I mean, to be fair, the orcs are kind of worse, but only by the standard of what they used to be.
that. And I'm sorry, did you just compare me to an orc?
No, I compared the entire social structure of what historically things used to be like.
Fair.
I can care less now. I'm just saying, this might suggest how Mintius was raised, or at least lack thereof, in a structured environment. Have you been a hermit, or has someone taken you in? Looking towards Mintius.
I wasn't a hermit. I lived in a city and I kind of had to take care of myself.
I suppose that would make sense. Well, I can't do much now, but what I can do is perhaps guide you from time to time. I don't have all my strength, so I can't exactly give you any type of boon. Gothos, you don't believe him. Palma does believe him, or just doesn't care. Kind of hard to tell, Gothos.
How
But,
do you get that muscly in a city?
regardless of that, Palma does state, I don't really have all my strength, as the binding didn't exactly take. But I could probably advise you from time to time. She then brings something from her hair, and in her hair seemed to be a small little copper snake. Presents it to you.
Thank you.
It'll be a way of connecting and communing. If you need advice or need help, you can contact me. I won't be there, obviously, but this little fella at least can sometimes help guide you. Or at the very least, help us communicate so I could guide you. I will say, though, I might stray you off the path that you seek. Not exactly a good person.
Amen if you like that.
She just shrugs. Well, regardless of any of that, she looks towards Gothos. I'm assuming you're in a similar case. Not brought up by goblins, but by another. By the hands raised, looks like your emblem, by the church.
What? No, I was 100% raised by goblins. Yeah, I spent most of my life under the cruel reign of Mgubliet, one of these war gods. Except, like, more cruel, more specifically, like, I'm above you, stomp stomps. And then I find out Mgubliet isn't even, like, a god in and of itself. It's like a subjugated god. That's bullshit. Out of that.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. The goblins were basically crafted and created to subserve or serve. Forget the terminology. I forget or didn't care to learn.
Yeah, so anyways, I get the idea in my head one day that maybe we don't have to live like that, and maybe, I don't know, somebody replaces or just makes a better life for goblins, and I got, they call it recognized? Yeah, apparently that's a grand adventure or something. Or so my god says.
Really? That kind of sounds stupid. Why don't you just recognize yourself?
I mean, I do. That's the whole point. I'm going to be the one that does that for my people.
Again, that just sounds stupid. I don't seem to be rude, but can't you just live your own life rather than live the life for someone else?
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I want to do. I live the life for someone else's conquest. I want to free my people from that conquest because it's a bullshit way to live. I think that'd be nice.
Okay. Clearly confused about what you're trying to say.
Listen, you're not from this plane. Maybe you won't understand.
Clearly I don't.
And yet you gave us all those Drows things. You didn't have to. That was a nice. For no reason you did this.
No, I basically did it to piss them off.
Yeah, but you could have just took that stuff and dumped it in the lake.
That'd be stupid. Why would I get rid of stuff that's useful?
Piss the Drow off.
No, there's a point of pissing them off and just being reckless. Like burning down a village just to make a statement. That'll prove a point as long as someone's alive to prove the point too. But if they're all dead and you just get rid of the stuff that could be useful to you, that in itself is pointless.
Well, it's good to know that people of different philosophical ideologies can still help each other out.
I suppose. I guess. You can clearly tell that she kind of agrees with that, but at the same time not completely sure if you're on the same page. But she does state, I clearly don't need help. You clearly don't need help from me. I don't know, do you want like a cantrip spell scroll or something?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. She does go into her satchel, brings out a spell scroll and hands it to you. It has thaumaturgy in it. You can only use it once. You might be able to find a wizard and bind it to their spell book or something. I don't have any components for you, so you're gonna have to find those on your own.
Yeah, I think we have a wizard. I know we have.
You can use yourself and keep it as a chip or bargaining situation. Spell scrolls are hard to find, especially in the Underdark. Well, anyone that's willing to help you out at the very least.
I mean, yeah, you're a rare fight. You're as rare as this spell scroll. Helping us out like this, thanks.
No, I have my reasons, but I'm keeping those to myself.
Hey, as long as it gets us closer to the surface, I do not mind.
In the meantime, Roswin entered into the very decorative tavern system. Entering inside, you can tell that this place is more of a stage-like area.
Okay.
You can tell that it's like an establishment that brings in entertainment from time to time. Probably not stand-up. I don't think the Underdark has that much comedy in it. Maybe it does. Maybe they're super joyful. But
Dark humor.
but there's no comedy posters written up anywhere. Around you does stand bodies upon bodies. No one has picked through them yet, you think, but they aren't placed in typical fashion where their bodies would likely lie if they were poisoned or killed immediately. So it looks weird the way they're pressed, but it doesn't look like anything's missing or out of place.
Is since they're taking a while doing that, could I say that I would have spent 10 minutes doing a detect magic in here?
Yeah, roaming around the area, no magic, no magic, no magic, no magic. Oh, wait, I should probably point and you see. Nothing, 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 magic, nothing.
Okay.
Basically just over here.
And- Right. So there's no magic in this whole place, pretty much.
Except for that one spot.
Oh, that one's hot. So I will go.
Right there.
Okay. What is it?
It's your trapdoor.
Ooh. Does it look like it's been open recently, or is it just like it just shows me where the area of the door would be?
Just the area where the door would be. It doesn't seem like it was open recently, but it does seem like that's where the magic came from, or at least that's where you detected it. Examining it
Yeah.
further, you can tell that in the spot where the door is does have a magical charm to it. It is an enchantment.
I'm going to stand 30 feet away from this thing, and with Mage Hand, see if I can pry it open. I know it can't open locked doors, but I just want to try with that.
You try to pry it open, nothing happens. You see no latch, so that should not be how that works.
But nothing goes off either, like a trap.
Nothing goes off. But there is no latch to keep it shut.
What does it look like? Is it like a push mechanism? Is it a pull? What exactly is it that gathering that it's the trap door that it would open to?
Well, it's a pull open door. Basically, it's a flat piece of wood with two hinges to keep it from opening and closing. No hinge to indicate a close spot, but there is a little spot where you can put your finger and lift it up. So unless there's something inside there that's keeping it closed, it really should just open.
Take a chance, just open.
And I really can't use the Mage Hand finger to do that?
You've been trying. Doesn't work.
But is Mage Hand a pound or is it 10 pounds?
10 pounds.
It's 10 pounds. Even if it's 10 pounds, this is like 8 pounds at best. Nothing.
Note to self: build all doors to be 11 pounds.
Um. Yeah, not a good idea. Hold on, check something out here.
I mean, you can ritually cast Identify and see if it's something.
I can't ritual cast. That comes from my cleric build.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to use a spell for that. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a note of it for now, and then keep checking about. Nothing else that catches my interest in this particular building.
No. Basically, the food has already gotten bad. Basically, it was prepared for then, wasn't meant to last because people were supposed to eat it. So, really nothing here.
Okay.
Regular bad, not spore bad.
So I will then start making my way out, and then make my way starting that way. Since the people, I guess, are not moving, then I'm gonna keep going around. But that would be my spec of that turn.
Okay. Kobo, in the corner, you do find what appears to be another. Actually, this is the first time you've seen this, something like this. Inside here it seems to be a storage shed. Ropes, pulleys, boxes upon boxes on top of each other. Is there something you're doing here?
Yeah, I was basically just going through everything, opening the boxes, peeking in, seeing what I could find. Anything shiny, anything useful?
Opening boxes upon boxes, you can tell that there's some chains, some ropes, some latches, some keys. Inside the same boxes of keys are prisoner shackles, similar to the kind, but not as quite similar to the ones you guys were imprisoned with. They don't have the binding of that the drows have, but they are similar in make and model. They just haven't been enchanted yet.
Kobo was never imprisoned with Gasp.
Technically he was, he's just in a separate section, but that doesn't matter here or there.
Revelations.
Anyways, you find 5 sets of shackles and 5 keys. Other than that, nothing really useful for you and your team. Or your team.
Okay. I definitely think I'll take those.
Okay. You also find a brick of wax. Red wax.
Yeah, I'll grab that for now.
Okay. Exploring around, the only other thing of note here is a tinderbox.
Yeah, I've got one of those. Does this one got anything fancy in it, or is it just standard?
Just standard. It looks different.
All right, yeah.
Unless you collect them.
No.
Just standard.
Okay.
Okay. I will tell you that the rest of the area is basically mundane. There is another area where you can find weapons, but nothing valuable. You can take another set of weapons, but honestly, you carry the same, if not better weapons than the other place you found. So if you want to get more knives and more shields, you can. But everywhere else is basically not useless. If the town was still a town, it might be useful, but Roswin and Kobo, you really don't find anything else useful here.
I'll take a few more knives just because it's good to have more than just one on me.
Okay, you can take up to 5 additional weapons. You're going to have to drag them back onto the boat, and I don't know what you'll do after you leave the boat, but you'll be able to carry them.
Well, they're knives. It's not like I'm carrying 5 longswords.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And yeah, I definitely leave the shields behind. That's useless to me. Okay.
Okay. So Roswin and Kobo, do you meet back with the group?
Yeah, and then I let everybody else know about the trapdoor under that particular building.
I come walking up with 2 beers in one hand, kind of offer one over. Anybody?
Oh yeah, and I let everybody
Big
else
smile
know
on my face.
that I've got a whole bag full of food, but I need to disinfect it first, so just wait.
Yeah, I think we'll hold off on imbibing anything from this.
All right.
Demon Town. Good idea, though.
Well, I
we
figured
wanted-
they were sealed, so they wouldn't infect.
Oh, yeah, hey, Rosman, before I forget, Mintius found you this scroll that, I don't know, maybe you could copy down.
Ooh.
Oh, I found something too. You like stuff, right? You're a book mage. You like stuff.
Yeah.
But I hand her a pouch of sulfur and stuff.
Oh, you give me the thing that you found from the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a block of wax.
Block of wax and the sulfur. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Are we
what's-
going to check out this cellar real quick, or is this,
that's all you basically find.
Yeah.
There are other stuff here, but nothing useful for an explorer. You might be able to settle in town, and basically have a great start business as long as people are able to come back here and survive. But nothing for you.
oh no, I meant trapdoor when I said cellar.
Oh,
Yeah, I will lead them over to this spot over here. And I let everybody else know that there's some sort of enchantment on that thing. So there's a place to put like your finger in there, but I don't want to touch it, so that's why I'm letting you guys know. If you guys really want to like check it out, go for it. I'm gonna stand right back here.
Alright, Mintius, you want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
Sure.
Roll a d4, highest doesn't have to pick it up.
okay. Roll
Alright.
d4, highest wins. By wins means doesn't open the door.
Can you beat my 2? Yes.
I can.
Okay. Mintius, you're up first.
So we just need to yank the door open.
It seems that way. It doesn't have a lock. Okay. You
Straight
yank
out
the
the window.
door. Nothing happens. You can feel that the timber of the wood breaks, but nothing happens.
I will use my last spell of identify and touch it just to see what kind of spell it is that's on it. You said it was a charm something, but I don't know what else.
It's a spell known as lock. It just keeps the door locked.
Do I know with that and my arcane kind of lore, like if what would undo it? Is it just the spell magic or something else?
Dispel magic or the key phrase or word that would unlock it. The enchanter could also unlock it for you.
The lock
Maybe.
wouldn't be considered a creature, would it?
No.
Hey, Minty, you figure we could bust through this floor here?
Kind of look down at it and
It's a wooden floor. If there's something underneath, it's possible.
I mean, I'll go for it.
Can I
It's gotta be
assist?
something special, so
Yeah, okay.
do it.
So the team enters inside of this strange, I'm just gonna call it what it is, nightclub. Mintius and Gothos begin to look around the enchanted locked door. Instead of looking for a key or some password, hey, let's break the ground and see what's inside of the attic. Or at least underneath this doorway. Whether this is a good idea or not, we'll just have to find out next time as we end the session for today.
Why do I have a female